Here we are again, providing you with XRP updates. Let us briefly review the present scenario for the time being. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you all for tuning into the crypto channel for the past month or two. Your support has been tremendously appreciated. In my opinion, this is correct given retail interest was at a record low. Additionally, as the market starts to thrive, you will see that other cryptocurrencies are thriving as well. You will witness everyone, and I say it again, becoming the largest bulls as if they had never been away. I find it amusing when you looking at it from that angle. The ones that ended up with the bloodbaths are the true victors in my view. But there's a lot to talk about. As you may be aware, the market is seeing double-digit growth overall. However, what is actually surprising about this situation right now is that these currencies are seeing double-digit increases, numerical values, ignoring the fact that the dominance was 64.3%. So how would it work? What would have happened to other cryptocurrency options? I think there would have been a lot more of a bounce for everyone. It is not, however, the purpose of our gathering at this time. Come on. Let's have a conversation concerning XRP. Its price on the daily chart is 7% right now, a 7% rise in US dollars. The price of the cleanse is now $2.22. Also, there was a 0.5% increase, bringing Bitcoin's market valuation to $129,600,000 since the think I stated. 129 seconds ago is mind-boggling. There are 6 million available seats, and I know a lot of people would love that if it were true. I get a little ahead of myself and said 126 million when the valuation was $129 million, 0 cents. With the valuation in mind, the price tag is $129 billion, 0 cents. In addition, there is almost $3 billion, 0 cents worth of trading that takes place every single day. Just so we're clear, this channel isn't meant to be a source of financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Always do your own study and think things through before putting your money into cryptocurrency. Hard work, consequently. We are aware that Chairman Paul Atkins has taken over. And ever since this announcement went live, many in the cryptocurrency space have been excited because, of course, we are beginning to see these actual things that we used to talk about actually happening under the Trump administration. Paul Atkins, the newly appointed chairman of the SEC, has made it clear that establishing a solid regulatory framework for digital assets through a logical, consistent, and principled approach is one of his main goals. With Donald Trump on board as well, it's obvious that these matters are a top priority for Paul A. Travis. Also, from what we can tell, he is someone who is on board with Bitcoin. That being said, this is some seriously important news, and while I'm sure a lot of people will ignore it, we won't. We need to know the extent to which these things are influencing things so we can keep an eye on them. Concerning the impact of this element on the markets for digital currencies, looking at this, it's clear that today is going to be a monumental day. We've been discussing the worldwide supply of M2 and its connection to the cryptocurrency market. We may move on to the topic of M2 supply now. Are you really certain that this is finished? Will we really proceed with put forth the work? Pay attention to what Raoul Pal says. I may delete it later, but I'm not sure. It's cute though. It could have been this easy the whole time. If this works, it will prove without a doubt that market liquidity, not politics, tariffs, rates, or even inserting, is the most crucial component. The stories that what a great topic. The fact that you are starting to notice this good connection that is really coming in. Your Bitcoin up to this point is performing exactly as we expected it to. And the fact that the money supply in M2 has been exploding is just adding insult to injury. So we will have to observe the events as they unfold. Check this out. Bitcoin, according to a CNBC anchor, has broken away from the NASDAQ, though. I think it's important that you think about it. Post your thoughts and feelings about it in the space provided, but check this out. There is now a greater variety of XRP addresses in circulation, noticeably in the span of a 1 day. How exactly do we think this to be true? Institutions, believe it or not, are not the only ones displaying interest when you see the markets. So there's a lot of enthusiasm surrounding the fear of missing out, FOMO aspect. People are jumping in at retail stores, and there's a lot of interest from institutions overall. Institutions that pump money are making purchases during times of high volatility. Each of these people has extensive expertise managing funds. Obviously, there are a lot of deals happening over the counter. Nonetheless, we would hate to ignore it on our channel. It's a crucial market that we tend to ignore altogether due to the fact that those figures are never everyone, but we must comprehend the process by which the world population grows. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of individuals pay no mind to OTC products. Consequently, even if there was a lot of bloodbath, I still think accumulation is going on from the institution's point of view. Clearly, I am not implying that the retail industry need to abstain from participating in the carnage. Though it's a tiny amount, it pales in comparison to bigger stores. When these two considerations are taken into account, this becomes apparent. Keep this in mind as we go forward. Once XRP breaks out of the $2.20 zone, a surge to the $245.00 zone should be imminent. They are situated between the zones where they sell. Regarding that, I agree with you. If XRP can break out at $2.20, which we have tested, you may have seen that I've been talking about the $2.20 mark in my posts over the past few days. We claim first place, we must overcome 20 critical obstacles. And it happened just like that. We'll have to watch what happens next. It would be wise for us to assess the present pricing scenario. Among men, 64.5% are dominant in 64. A majority of men, 53% of the total, are. Furthermore, the ongoing success of other cryptocurrencies has me entirely and totally bewildered. You are probably well aware that the current price of $93,000 is Bitcoin at the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. We could wind up encountering, if Bitcoin can close today at the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, I think we will see altcoins rise even higher. Nonetheless, the fact that Bitcoin did return to this region reveals all relevant information regarding the issue. Furthermore, I am of the belief that we could start reevaluating some of the previously unseen tiers, which are priced between $95.00 and 90 cents.